Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the NXT review for the 4th of November 2020. Certainly a worse show than last week's Halloween Havoc. Also a worse show than tonight's AEW Dynamite. Not bad, but just a mostly completely skippable show. We open with Dakota Kai with Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon. Kai pins Moon after draping GTS and distraction by Gonzalez. So let me get this straight. The last takeover, remember that not too terribly long ago, Ember Moon returns and you give her this promo time and she's, average in the promo, but you hype her return. Less than 2 months later, she's losing in an opening match on NXT. Why? Why hype things and then not deliver them? It's dyslexic, it's disappointing, it's pointless, it's stupid, it's disrespectful to the talent, and it makes me not care when somebody new comes around. Anyway, they grapple at the beginning. Moon fires up with a bunch of moves. She looks to be in control. She gets posted. Kai tackles the shoulder, goes after working it over, applies an armbar. Moon powers out, does a deadlift power bomb, which should be. Remember when that used to be a finish? Remember when that used to be a big deal? Anyway, Kai counters to get a close near fall. Moon hits a moment later, code breaker for near fall of her own. So we do pin trading. How awesome! Then they begin to trade strikes. Moon catches Kai in a crossface. Kai counters into a crucifix for several near falls of her own. Kai goes back to targeting the injured arm. Moon continues to sell despite making a comeback with it throughout. Moon climbs the ropes. Gonzalez causes the distraction. Kai executes a draping GTS kick and then covers Moon for the pinfall win. Cameron Grimes is a little nervous backstage. McKenzie scares him more when she asks for an interview. Grimes dismissed his haunted house match, said it wasn't really a match. He's notably nervous. Referee comes up to Grimes to tell him his match is up next. After the commercial break, Mitchell's interviewing Shotzi Blackheart, and they informed us that Shotzi chose Tori Storm as her opponent tonight. So she chooses her own opponents now. Kushida defeats Cameron Grimes. Nothing against Kushida, but Cameron Grimes is an overall more entertaining individual. Kushida submits Grimes in a good match. Fine. Zombie referee plays into the finish after getting bumped. Grimes begs off, does good heel stuff. Kushida looks to ground him and tries to out wrestle him. This isn't bad. Grimes tries to cheat, can't get what he wants. Pace quickens and Kushida takes over. Basically we see an armbar from Kushida. Grimes fights to block that. Kushida goes back to the arm and is able to counter again. Uses more dirty tactics. Kushida counters and regains control. They go to commercial. Grimes cuts Kushida off during the commercial break. Why do they show stuff during the break? It's not honestly, I'm flipping channels during the break. I don't care if you're doing picture in a picture. It's not enough to get me to stay on either program. Anyway, they return from commercial. Kushida rolls into a comeback. Grimes hits a sit-out powerbomb for near fall. They fight to the ropes. Kushida comes back off the middle rope. Hits a shoulder breaker. Grimes goes to counter Kushida into the O'Connor roll. Referee gets bumped. And then Kushida applies his hoverboard lock. Grimes taps out. No ref to see it. Grimes catches Kushida with a running one-man Spanish fly. Again, no refs. Another ref runs in. But this one is a zombie from last week. This is just stupid. Grimes runs around scared of the zombie. And Kushida traps him in the hoverboard lock. Grimes taps out. This is just, I get that Grimes is a comedy person, but come on now. Really? Drake Maverick, Killian Dane defeat Ever Rise. Poor Ever Rise. They have potential, but this whole comedy team is useless. Pat McCaffrey, remember him? I don't like him. Didn't like him last week. Don't like him this week. He and his stable run in to cause a DQ. He on Maverick during the match. McCaffrey arrive at the building. Pete Dunne, Oni Larkin, Danny Burch jump into the ring and cause issues for Maverick and Dane. McCaffrey's filming on a handheld camera, so I guess they're trying to do this like a NWO run-in or something, which is just goofy. Heels beat down Maverick and Dane. Show goes to commercial. Heels are in control during the commercial. McCaffrey cuts a promo. Says this is the best four-man group in wrestling. Wow, wrestling's really fallen if that's true. And he says they're not a bunch of scumbags. They're men of class and they're professional. So does that mean they're trying to rip off the Horsemen? McCaffrey says tonight they honor the Undisputed Era, the group that came before them. And he says they'll hang an Undisputed Era banner somewhere. McCaffrey buries the Undisputed Era for a while. They raise a banner. McCaffrey said this is a democracy, so they had to vote. And then the vote is that they put the banner in a trash can. Ooh hoo hoo, heel heat. Anyway, they lit the banner on fire. This is supposed to be good. Like, it's McCaffrey has go away heat with me, not like heel heat. He just has like I don't want to see you on my TV. McCaffrey and company go to leave the building. Killian Dane attacks them. He's outnumbered. He gets his head slammed in a car door. Probably the most action his brain has had in months. Heels flee the scene. McCaffrey leaves. Comedy skit, NXT North American Champion Gargano. Gargano loves wheels and he's playing board games. And he's just killing time. Tori Storm defeats Shotzi Blackheart. Poor Shotzi. They were doing things with her. I liked Shotzi. Shotzi was fun. She was entertaining. She was different. And now she's losing to Tori Storm, who they brought back for reasons, I guess. Storm pins Blackheart after a distraction by Candice LeRae. Blackheart accuses Storm of stealing her tank. Anyway, early in the match, Blackheart slips in the ropes and falls into the ring. This is a botched spot. Poor Shotzi. Match goes through commercial break. Blackheart is making a comeback upon return. Near falls traded. Springboard by Shotzi into a tornado DDT on the apron. Another bump on the apron. Shotzi needs to stop these. More scary bumps unnecessarily. Candice LeRae appears on the screen. She's talking to Shotzi. LeRae said she found her tank somewhere in the road, and she said she'd look after it for her. Storm rolls up Blackheart and bridges into a cradle for a pin. So basically, this is a throwaway match to set up LeRae and Blackheart, which I guess is fine, but I wish they hadn't had to do it that way. LeRae, after the match, tells Blackheart she's unsure of how long she could protect the tank. Tank gets run over. Person in the screen costumed in the SUV. This is Johnny Gargano. Shotzi is in tears over her tank being destroyed. Thatcher's Thatch Can is next. Good lesson. Today's lesson is reversals. Tim Thatcher stretches a student. Thatcher is then attacked by Anthony Green, who Thatcher stretched in a segment last week. I guess this sets up a match. Green's really talented, and I hope he goes places here. NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai challenges Rhea Ripley to a title match. The challenge is accepted. Next week, tag team championship match. Lorcan and Birch defending against Breezango. Gargano defends North American Championship against a opponent yet to be named. Um, then we go to the main event. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Velveteen Dream. The good news here is at least Dream lost. The bad news here is they're wasting poor Tommaso Ciampa in a match with Velveteen Dream. Ciampa beats on Dream from the beginning, and that doesn't change. Dream tries to fight back. Ciampa goes nuts for almost the entire match. Dream takes a bump over the top rope, and he says he's leaving the match, but Ciampa rolls him back into the ring. He targets the cast for the majority of the match. Ciampa goes to work. After commercial, Dream cut off Ciampa. Spinebuster here. Ciampa hits a rally and hits some offense. Ciampa gives Dream a superplex. Dream kicks out at 2. Why are we killing superplexes? Anyway, Dream with a plunger to the outside. They get back in the ring, and Dream suplexed Ciampa over the ropes and out of the ring again. We're dyslexic. We're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. Dream throws a chair into the ring but didn't use it. He jumps over the top rope. Ciampa hits him with a jumping knee strike, which was well timed. And then hits the Widow's Bell and a fairy tale ending. Ciampa wins via pinfall, and we close the show. Nothing on this show that couldn't have waited several weeks. Nothing on this show that says, I have to see this. And that's NXT for this week. And usually NXT is the best WWE show of most weeks, so that really bodes well for Raw and SmackDown in the next 7 days. Anyhow, we'll be back with more of the Superstar Series. Hang out for that, and continue your continued support.